Hello and welcome everyone to July's Spyro news. A lot of things have been happening this month, so let's first start off with the world records. There's been a world record battle in Spyro 180 Dragons category between Xando Toaster and Ashriel. Xando managed to start off with a 48-41, then beat himself by 2 seconds. Ash then came along to defend her title and improved the time by 12 seconds. Speaking of Ash, she also has improved on her Spyro 1 all eggs and Lucas percent. Lucas is basically getting to Lucas as fast as you can, which kind of started off the Vortex category if you look into the history, but we're not going to do that right now. First Maple is still going strong on Enter the Dragonfly, getting himself a PB in any percent, no early Ripto, and all runes. Rubber Ducky Assassin, the handheld trilogy expert, has gotten 3 world records in Spyro Season of Ice. No Sparks and Speedways, which means you don't have to do the Speedways and Sparks levels, which in my opinion are the most terrible things in that game. He also got no early Grendor and the any percent world record, beating Mr. Raptor's time by 1 minute and 11 seconds. Mr. Raptor has said that he will make his return now that he's been bopped, and on the last day of July, Rubber Ducky Assassin managed to get a sub 2 hour run on the handheld trilogy, which means playing 3 of them back to back to back. Spyro Mobile, yes, you probably didn't even know it existed. There are 6 mobile games for Spyro, and Paul Matriox, I apologize, has gotten 5 world records. He also decided to do all of the mobile games back to back, which gave him another world record. Another person who has gotten a world record in the mobile Spyro games is 2Space SG, one of the biggest fans of the mobile games. He's gotten himself 1 world record. GG's to all of these people. Wed SR, Luminescent Sky, and Nitrovsky have been the leaders on Spyro 3.5. I'm not going to talk into 3.5 that much because it is a brand new game. But wait a minute, what is 3.5? Well, this makes a great segment going into the news. So, Spyro 3.5 Return of the Forgotten Realm is a ROM hack that was created by Jeremy Thompson and HWD405. But what makes it different from the original game? Well, the eggs are in tricky locations, the levels have new textures, the skyboxes have been changed, and we have new voice acting. I actually got to do an interview with the makers of this game, so here you go. How does it feel to see so many people playing your game, and even having a lot of non-speedrunners joining and learning some really hard strats on like where those eggs are, like you just said?
Yeah, it feels incredible. It's really gratifying because it was almost a total secret for the entire development. We brought Crystal Fisher in to help us with texture hacks a couple of months ago. And then we had, I think Altro probably knew a decent amount about it. And then we had Composer and Shemp and Pepper, who came in about maybe 2.5 weeks ago to do voice acting for us. Yeah, so it's been really gratifying to see the reaction to it and how many people are downloading it. And it's been extremely gratifying to see people who don't speedrun the game come into the Spyro Discord and talk about the ROM hack and use our tutorial Zoes that we put in to learn speedrun techniques and to get interested in the idea of glitching to get to interesting spots and maybe speedrunning in the future. It's really cool.
There's been so many people. It's so overwhelming. I never really expected that many people to be playing and talking and, coming up with ideas for it. Like even when we released the trailer, before people were even able to play the game, they were already coming up with ideas of how to get certain eggs and like routes they would take through some of the levels.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is.
If you enjoyed that snippet, then you should go watch the whole interview and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to go play 3.5, you can get the link in the description down below. Right, moving on, we have some actual news. Microsoft is one step closer to buying Activision Blizzard. But what has this got to do with Spyro? Well, Crash and Spyro are owned by Activision. This could potentially mean that Microsoft could make future games exclusive on their platform. It would be sad to see the PlayStation mascots not released on their home console, but we still don't know what's going to happen and only time will tell. Moving back to the community, Ebe has managed to make a mod to play only as Ember. Now, for you Heroes Tale fans out there, you know you can already do this. However, When you go into cutscenes, the character defaults back to Spyro, depending if you're playing Ember or Flame. Now, Ebe has managed to track the animation to Ember's body, so now we can see Ember in the cutscenes instead of Spyro. Moving on, Mr. F01 has been making a mod for Enter the Dragonfly where they have been improving the gameplay by fixing the game. I know quite a few people will be happy to play this mod when it comes out, so keep up to date on their YouTube channel. They also have an amazing Enter the Dragonfly documentary, which looks into the making of the game, and quite a lot of drama went into making that game, so I recommend watching that. We have had a few Taz makers this month. Waffle Wizard and Toasted Cat revealed their Spyro 1 Any% Taz at ESA. It took them 2 weeks to make it and months to theorize it. They asked fellow runners about different routes and what would be the fastest way that Spyro could go. The final time was a 32:21 on fastest speed. There are a lot of cool tricks in this run and I'm telling you to go give it a watch. The links for all the videos are down in the description below. Pete Guy 100 has been very busy tazzing out Spyro 1 levels. He has been experimenting with the levels Lofty Castle and Haunted Towers, using the technique of supercharging sharp turns. This involves using an analog and a D-pad at the same time to turn sharply. Groxu has also put on his Taz hands and has done a 100% treetops in a very unusual way, by doing the start of the level near the end of the level, which makes it very interesting. Next up, the 1545 race happened this month, which is a relay race including many runners across different teams racing a total of 13 games over the course of 3 days. These games include Super Mario, Banjo and Kazooie, Donkey Kong, Crash, and Spyro. All of these games are 100% and equal up to 1545%. This year, 4 teams competed and we had Sly, Nuke, Hammerhead Labs, Dylan J. Fox, Ad129SR, Bomber Cash, Bregoman, AlDZ1, and Aether Strider represent the Spyro Runners. GG to the Purple Triangle men for winning with a 46 hours and 46 minutes time. Moving on, we have had a lot of people representing the community at speedrunning events, /marathons, myself included. I did Spyro 1 Any% at Potagon, which is an event for Harry Potter speedrunners to show off speedruns of non-Harry Potter games. We also had Clock District pull off a crowd-cheering run of Spyro Year of the Dragon, Reignited Any% at Australia Speedruns. In total, they raised 35,000 Australian dollars for Game on Cancer. And last of all, ESA had 2 Spyro runs. We had Lumi, Laura, and Ashriel present the Spyro 1 Any% Taz, which was its first time being shown to the world. We also had Deoman doing Spyro 1 Any% crowd control, which was a sight to behold as it was 10 seconds under the estimate, thanks to the Twitch chat. People to watch out for, all of them SRT runners. We have Narwhal, who's just been going mad on Spyro Reignited console. I missed out on their previous world record last month because it didn't actually pop up on the website. My apologies. Surf has also been cleaning up Reignited Trilogy on PC and console. He's been getting PBs left, right, and center on a huge mix of categories, including a top 10 in 40 orbs, which has not had a top 10 runner in a year. And the last SRT person, Groxu, has been running Spyro 120% Reignited on the PC nearly every day now. He's managed to get a PB and is now only 5 seconds off the world record. It's only a matter of time before he gets it. Thank you everyone for watching Spyro News. I apologize for any news I have missed out. I am one person. If you see anything newsworthy, interesting, or just cool, please do let me know. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next month.